We have reached a point in British politics where pro-SNP journalists and reporters are no longer hiding their left-wing bias. Have you ever wondered, if you were living in England, that we don't hear much about Scottish politics or Welsh politics? It's not really just because it's all different territory and it's got nothing to do with us. No, it's not that, because even people in Scotland, for example, they don't hear much about the true activities in the political system, Nicola Sturgeon's government, or in Wales when it comes to Mark Drakeford. And when they hear something, they are very much pro the government and establishments. We hear more about Canadian politics than Scottish politics. A lot of journalists and reporters and media outlets in Scotland are pro-SNP. And that's already been proven anyway. It's not really some sort of theory. Now, the more Nicola Sturgeon is losing her support in Scotland, the more we are seeing the true side of not just her government, her party, but also the pro-SNP press and media outlets. So, this is about a BBC presenter, Laura McKeever. BBC, by the way. So this is not really some sort of a private newspaper that could be right-wing or left-wing. It's a BBC presenter, Laura McKeever, who's been doing a lot of interviews with political leaders and Rishi Sunak as new Prime Minister. She decided to ask him a question, and this is how she phrased that simple question. Rishi Sunak, are you pursuing a different relationship with our leader and with Holyrood from your predecessors? Our leader and with Holyrood. Our leader. Okay, King Jong-un. You remember that lady who is the only basically credible and the trusted media presenter and anchor in North Korea? Anything that they want to announce to the world, they use that lady in North Korea. She always comes on TV and says, "Our dear leader told me that I can eat apple today. Thank you, dear leader." It reminds me of the same thing. I know it's not on the same level, but it's absolutely bonkers. We're going to keep it family friendly, but okay. Now, we got some reaction. The Scottish Conservative spokesman said, many listeners will have stopped in their tracks when they heard this jarring comment. Scotland has two governments. Rishi Sunak is just as much our leader as the First Minister is. Oh my God, okay, so they just made it a bit worse. You just ruined it. The first part of that statement was absolutely spot on. Don't say our leader. Nicola Sturgeon is not our leader. Rishi Sunak is also not our leader. He is Prime Minister. He is the most senior minister of His Majesty's government. He belongs to His Majesty. The only our leader we have is the King. Now, that's a whole different controversial statement, obviously. But objectively speaking, constitutionally, the leader of the country is the head of state. Not the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is simply a senior minister. It's head of government. Anyway, okay, calm down, Maya. BBC Scotland spokesman said, the interview was live and unscripted. And normally, we would refer to Nicola Sturgeon as the First Minister and the leader of the Scottish government. So wait, so your justification as the BBC is that the interview was live? Isn't most interviews live? I mean, that's the whole point of the job. Someone like Laura should have been trained. And I'm guessing she was trained. That's the job. You become a journalist, broadcaster, interviewer, and you get used to interviews. Pre-recorded interviews, live interviews. And when you get a job at the BBC, it's a top job. You're going to have to be automatically more experienced. So that's just common sense. What happened there? It's absolutely crazy what's going on right now. Anyway, it's not a good excuse or justification. The BBC are biased. Laura McKeever is biased. She actually does believe that Nicola Sturgeon is our leader. And that is the truth. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm Maya Tousi and we are the media.